Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you watched the previous episode of the Lakehouse Build series, you would have seen us installing the plywood sheathing for the front porch. If you haven't seen that episode, be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out the playlist to find it. In this episode, we are moving on to installing the Grace ice and water shield in preparation for the steel roof. It all starts with a quick cleaning of the roof with the broom and the leaf blower. That helps to get all of the debris off before we start the installation of the ice and water shield. We come up with a plan to start with the valley and to then overlap as we move up the roof. The Grace has what they call a rip cord that is basically a string embedded in the material that will help rip the backing paper into two pieces for valleys. This allows you to pull off the backing and only have to stick down one side at a time. If you have ever used ice and water membranes before, you will realize how nice that feature really is. With the valley done, we start by snapping a chalk line for the front edge to help keep us running straight as we roll the Grace out. We used the ripcord again and only peeled off the backing for the top side of the membrane. This allowed me to roll out a section on the chalk line, and then Catherine follows behind and pulls off the backing. Doing the split backing didn't seem to be the best for this area, as I did have to jump into Larry to get the lower section pulled off. We found that if you pull it at a lower angle to the roof, it seems to work much better. For the next strip, we decided to roll it out and pull off the backing as we moved along. This seemed to work much better than the first section. This is the section to the left of the dormer where the front porch roof meets the upper roof. Thinking like water, we want to ensure we overlap as we move further up the roof line. We move on to the valley on the right where the front porch meets the three-season porch roof. With the valley done for the 3-season porch, we decide to run the membrane vertical and snap a chalk line from the outside edge to keep us running straight. Running it vertical seemed to work pretty good, except that the backing paper kept getting in the way and we struggled to keep it on the chalk line. We also ran short, so I cut a small strip to fill in to ensure we lapped correctly. For the next strip, we decide to let the roll go down the roof so that we can see the proper overlap to the previous one, and this ensures the backing paper doesn't get in the way. This seems to work the best of the methods we have tried so far. I just move Larry down the roof line and Catherine continues to peel the backing paper off, and we smooth it out as we go. The method of just letting the roll go from the top certainly helps to keep it straight as gravity is on your side. We found that was the best strip yet, and it laid very flat with minimal bubbles. I had to fill in a small strip of plywood missing, so now was the time to do it. Today was an exciting day. It was steel roof delivery day. We had prepped the area where we were going to store the steel roof. It is relatively flat and close to the house. I just had to move Bob out of the way as I wasn't sure where we were going to put everything. So the delivery consisted of 4 large crates that hold all of the various steel roof panels. These range from about 36 inches or 3 feet, and these are for the small roof section under the dormer or the small section of roof over to the left of the front porch. The longest of the panels are 260 inches or over 21.5 feet. And these are for the long section of the roof that go from the eave all the way to the ridge. There are also a couple of other crates that hold the valley flashing, the eave starter, the gable end trims, and all of the other trim pieces needed for this roof. They pack it really well, and so it's quite the chore just unboxing everything. It all starts with cutting the metal banding that secures everything in place. We pull it all off and fold it up and put it in a box. Next, I pull out a crowbar and pry off all of the 2x4s that are holding the crates together. With the 2x4s pulled off, we go ahead and pound out the nails and pull them with a crowbar. We can reuse the wood for blocking or bracing. We begin the steel roof installation by starting with the drip edge. This not only covers up the exposed plywood sheathing, but it also makes a nice transition from the plywood to the fascia. I use a block of wood and a hammer to form the drip edge to the contours of the roof line. This is where I'm going to end this episode. Come back and check out the next one as we continue the Lakehouse Build series. Please drop a comment below, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.